Hello, all beautiful people and souls. Hope you're all well and safe wherever you are in the world today. So I always like to introduce myself in every live or any video I do. For those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Majrami. I am a strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach, and a psychic medium based in Dublin, Ireland. So thank you very much for everybody today for tuning in to this live event on the topic of how hypnotherapy can be very powerful to help you love yourself, to also help you fall in love with yourself again. I'm very happy to have you all here. So before we start and dive into the subject, we need to understand what is self-love. We talk a lot about loving ourselves, self-love, self-care, self-esteem. So before a person or anyone is able to practice it, first we need to understand what it means. So self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support a physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. In a nutshell, self-love means having a high regard for our own well-being and happiness. That's, again, summarize, it's having a high regard for our own well-being and happiness. Self-love also means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your own well-being to please other people. This is very important. And also something very important on self-love is self-love means not settling for less than you deserve. This is all part of the definition of self-love. As we grow older, though, we tend to forget how important we are and how crucial our own well-being is. Life experiences and challenges can affect the way we feel about ourselves, and we can be very easily trapped in a spiral of self-depreciation. I think we've all been, I will talk about myself, but I know quite a lot of people around me as well that have been through some negative self-sabotaging thoughts. You know what we call this inner dialogue, that we self-depreciate ourselves. So this is when hypnotherapy is an extremely powerful tool helping us to reprogram our subconscious mind, overcome our self-defeating thoughts, and restore our love of self. Because deep down when we're born, we grow up, we are born with the love of self, and then we grow up and, life happens. As we say, life happens. We grow, we do things, we go different directions, and actually all this affects us and creates some programs in our subconscious mind that is actually pushing us, instead of loving ourselves and appreciating ourselves, to have these self-defeating thoughts. And really today, I'm really thrilled to be able to share all this with you. And thanks again for everybody joining me now. We will also end the talk with a short hypnosis guided meditation to help you improve your self-image for those who are interested in staying with the guided meditation. Now, self-love, let's not forget that self-love can mean something different for each person, because we all have many different ways to take care of ourselves. Now, the very important thing is figuring out what self-love looks like for you as an individual. This is very important, and it's actually an important part of your mental health. And I will say, with the current situation, it's even more important now to pay attention to yourself as a person, as an individual, not the society, yourself, and how you value yourself. And really, this is an important part of your mental health and your mental well-being as well. Now, let's go into what does self-love, or what can self-love mean to you. For starters, I would say it can mean talking to and about yourself with love. That would be the first thing we can think of. Prioritizing yourself. Put yourself as a priority. Giving yourself a break from self-judgment. Now, this is an important one. Giving yourself a break from self-judgment. Actually, we're harder on ourselves than very often other people are hard towards us. This is an important part as well. It can also mean trusting yourself, being true to yourself, being nice and kind to yourself, treating yourself right. Also setting healthy boundaries with people. This is all part of self-love, because healthy boundaries will help you to focus on yourself, on your own needs, before you can then focus on other people's needs. Now, for many people, self-love is another way to say self-care. To practice self-care, we often need to go back to the basics and listen to our bodies first. So For example, take breaks from work and move, stretch, put the phone down, connect to yourself or others, or do something creative. This is something I had to learn myself as well, to disconnect, and I'm still learning. This is part of looking after myself as a person. It's also eating healthy, but sometimes indulge in your favorite foods as well. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Now, self-love means accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are. So self-love means accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are. This is an important thing to remember. It means accepting your emotions for what they are and putting your physical, emotional, and mental well-being first. Again, I insist a lot on this because I've always been very, I would say, pushy about helping people on the self-love part, because I believe this is the basics, for anything you want to do in life. But again, physical, emotional, and mental well-being first, especially now again during the current pandemic. Now, how, you will say now, Nadia, that's very well, very good, but how and why to practice self-love? These are actually fair questions. So now we know that self-love motivates you to make healthy choices in life. When you hold yourself in high esteem, you're more likely to choose things that nurture your well-being and serve you the right way, serve you well. Now, these things may be in the form of eating healthy, exercising, or having healthy relationships as well, and feeding your mind right. This is an important part. When I say just the food and feeding yourself, yes, there is the physical food, the eating part, but also, what you feed your mind with. This is very important. A lot of people just brush this away, but this is actually the basis of self-love, what you feed your mind with. Now, ways to practice self-love can include becoming mindful. Mindfulness is very helpful. People who have more self-love tend to know what they think, what they feel, and what they want. Because obviously, you go within, as we say. You look after yourself. You listen to yourself more. So this will help you to know more of what you really think, what you really feel, what you really want, and how you want to behave as well, It actually helps with your own positive behaviors. Now, taking actions based on need rather than want. By staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behavior or patterns that get you into trouble, keep you stuck in the past, and lessen self-love. That's an important part. I'll repeat that one. It's taking action based on need rather than want. And by staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behaviors and patterns, because it's something you need. You need it. And not just something you want, but it's a need. Okay, this is very important. Now, practicing good self-care, you will love yourself more when you take better care of your basic needs. And I'll use this word very often, basic needs, because again, to me, whatever you decide to do in life, it could be anything, a project, work, relationship, losing weight, whatever you want. If you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself, which is the basis, you will struggle to reach your goals. Of course, nothing is impossible, because I always say that human beings, I would say raised beings, are very resourceful. So we can always try and work towards our goal. But as I said, the basis starts with yourself. The rest then comes. But you need to build a healthy relationship. The word is healthy relationship with yourself. Now, people high in self-love nourish themselves daily through, it could be anything, healthy activities like, healthy nutrition, exercise, proper sleep. Sleep is very important. Again, this is something I'm learning for myself. It's a learning curve for me as well. Intimacy and healthy social interactions. Now, making room for healthy habits. This is very important. Making room for healthy habits. Start truly caring for yourself by mirroring that in what you eat, how you exercise, and what you spend time doing. Do stuff not to get it done, or because you have to. Of course, we will always have the part of the things we have to do, but also because you care about you. Do some things, not because you have to do them, but because you care about you. Something very, very basic. When we go every morning, every lunchtime, or every evening, when we go and brush our teeth, it's automatic. It's a program. We know we need to brush our teeth. But we don't feel, I mean, sometimes you can feel like, oh, I'm tired, you know, it could be a bird, I need to go and, you know, have a shower, brush my teeth. But this is really, you care about yourself. You care about, you know, your dental hygiene. You care about your mouth, your teeth. So this is a very basic, for example, sign of self-love. Now, finally, I can say to practice self-love, start by being kindness, patient, gentle, and compassionate to yourself, the way you would with someone else that you care about. Always remember, the way you treat your loved one, people you love, people who matter to you. Now, treat yourself the same way. Again, whatever you give to people, remember, we can't pour from an empty cup. So to be able to do that for people, you will be able to be kind and give all the love. But you need to start with yourself to then be able to sustain all the positive emotions you will spread around you. Now, something also very important, I like to repeat when I talk about self-love, is self-love isn't about being narcissistic or selfish or, you know, egoistic. So forget about this. And again, I'm very, very strong when I talk about this. It's not about comparing yourself to others or, you know, boasting your esteem. It's about self-acceptance, self-respect, self-conviction, and accountability for yourself. Okay, this is very important. The ironic thing is we're all so amazing and being good friends, good lovers, you know, good colleagues to everyone except ourselves. And this is really the irony. Because we are conditioned, it's a program again, to be nice to people, to be respectful with people, to be polite, to be good. But this is really the irony. Because then we do that for people, but we forget, you know, to do it with ourselves. As I said, we can be very, very amazing and wonderful when it comes to uplifting a friend in distress, encouraging a lover, a colleague, you know, who have a fear of failure, who are just going through a rough patch in their life, and celebrating their milestones, you know, other people's milestones, big and small, but never wholly there within ourselves, you know. This is really the irony, and this is the balance we need to find. Is, of course, you know, being nice to people and kind, it's part of who we are. But first, we need to remember it starts with us, with ourselves. So self-love is indeed one of the fundamental building blocks for love, happiness, and success in life. Why is it so important? So we went through a few things at the beginning of the talk, but I'll repeat this one. Self-love is indeed one of the fundamentals, building blocks of love, for love, happiness, and success in life. And I just want to say, if you haven't discovered what that looks like yet, keep working for it, because it's going to be the most important life lesson you'll ever learn. Honestly, like the most important life lesson you learn will be to start loving yourself. And here's why. It's the first step to building a great relationship with yourself. Again, basis, back to the basics. This talk is really back to the basics, which is us. Now, independence, it means also independence from someone else's approval, criticism, and security is one of the most liberating things you will ever feel. By doing this, you're setting the stage for yourself. You'll begin to trust and believe in your decisions and act on them with confidence. For those who know me, I am a hypnotherapist and a coach. I specialize in helping people boost their confidence and restore their self-esteem. So this is what I do on a daily basis. And confidence, I work a lot with confidence. But before we even talk about the confidence, again, basis is relationship to self. Self-love, self-appreciations to start with. Okay? Because when you start this, you will work on your confidence. And when you have this kind of relationship with yourself, everything else becomes possible and a whole lot easier. As I said before, all the goals or the work in progress you have will become easier because you will have a healthier relationship with self. You'll get much further with your hopes and your dreams. An important part as well, because again, you'll restore the relationship with yourself. So your dreams will be very important again, okay? If you don't stop dragging yourself down, you're never going to get very far in life. And this is something I have to be very honest with, because I work a lot of clients on the self-esteem and the confidence part. And the self-love is you have to stop dragging yourself down, or you're never going to get very far. And it will actually, you'll create your own roadblocks for your projects. Now, self-love gives you strength and courage to pursue your dreams relentlessly, even on the bad days. Remember that. We all have bad days. We will always have bad days because it happens. Again, life happens. But with this, a healthy relationship to self, with self-love, it will help you. It will strengthen and encourage you actually to pursue your dreams, even if you feel down or if you have a bad day. You'll begin to recognize and prioritize your needs. This is very important. And ultimately, prospering to the person you want to be. But I will even go a bit further. Prospering to the person you were always meant to be. Okay? And self-love is also very important because it's the only way to find true love. Okay? Self-love is the first condition for genuinely loving another person and allowing yourself to be loved in return. You know, again, we're not going to go into the relationships today. This will be the topic for another live talk. But before, you know, we can give our love. Remember, we can't pour from an empty cup. So before we can give our love to anyone else, we need to have this, you know, self-love, this relationship with self, okay? And again, this is very important, especially, I'll repeat, when we want to, you know, to find a romantic partner or a lover. Start with self, because then you will have the love to give to the person, but you will also allow the person to love you in returns. Now, self-love emanates a mystical happiness, confidence, and positivity that draws people and keeps them there. You'll find yourself kinder and much more pleasant to be around. And this also helps, as I said, your relationships flourish. Not only the romantic relationships, but your relationship in general, with friends, with family, you know, with colleagues, etc. Thanks again for everybody who's tuning in now. Thank you. Very happy to have you here. And also, I said it will help with your relationships in general, but it will also, you know, help you to set healthy boundaries and to start tolerating less, you know, that you don't deserve. And this is an important part, is when we start having this healthy relationship with ourselves, well, what happens is we tolerate less of what is not serving us, which is, again, very important for us then to help us to achieve our goals. I want to say as well that self-love is our ultimate calling. I'll talk just about myself for a minute. It was very challenging when I first started learning and practicing to love myself. Why? Because self-love involves teaching ourselves that we are a priority. That was very hard for me because, like a lot of people, I said, well, if I focus on myself, then I will have less time for people. I might be more selfish, and all again creating this inner negative dialogue, okay? Now, self-love, when I say true, it's your calling, because self-love also means learning to live life by understanding we are responsible for our actions, our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We are responsible. When we are able to understand our inner emotions, the way we think about people, situations, or objects based on our self-reflections, this awareness helps us to boost our self-esteem, confidence, and faith. Okay? This is very important. We have been educated as a civilization. We have been educated to focus on understanding people's perceptions of their emotions or their needs instead of our own. So again, I'll come back to the programs. We've been conditioned to worry about other people's needs, okay? Now, when we start, you know, the journey towards self-love, with self-love, we learn to align true power with universal love. We'll have our own power, and then we'll also be able, you know, to care for people. Today in our world, we often lack awareness that life is a gift, and our existence is important to our planet. Each one of us, we all have a mission here. We're all unique individuals, amazing people. We all have a role to play, and we need to shine, you know, we need to shine. This type of loving self-awareness is a powerful injection that can spread its vibration. And something I talk a lot in different, you know, talks and videos is we are energy, we are vibrations. So whatever we You know, it comes from us, emanates from us. This is what we get in return. So when you start loving yourself, believe me, you spread the love vibes, you spread the kindness, and you have more chances to get this in return as well. As we feel good about ourselves, we initiate more ways to invite happiness and loving moments in our life. So the magic portion of self-love is creating a constant energy of dynamic and positive awareness that we are love. As beings, we are loving beings. Loving ourselves is our actual destiny, our calling, as I said, for all of us, each and every one of us on earth, okay? So now that we've seen why self-love is important, what is self-love, how, you know, a few tips on how we can care for our own self, I just want to dig into what hypnosis is, what hypnotherapy and mind coaching are, and how I use them in my therapy sessions with my clients. And again, I know sometimes I would say all the different types of therapies, you know, that are promoted or that exist around us might create some confusion. And I always like, when I do a live talk, when I talk about a specific subject, to also take a bit of time and explain what hypnosis and hypnotherapy are, and what is the coaching I use as well. So hypnosis is a safe, remember that, a natural state of relaxation with an increased level of awareness during which you are not asleep and are fully in control. This is very important. You are not asleep and you remain fully in control. The hypnotic state is similar to some moments in your life, you know, when you're, for example, daydreaming or fully absorbed in a book or an activity. You know, when you really, your attention is fully on the book you're reading. It's similar. Hypnosis is similar to that daydreaming. There is absolutely nothing to fear about, as hypnosis used in the strategic hypnotherapy and the clinical hypnotherapy I provide is totally different from stage and entertainment hypnosis, and you remain fully in control. This is very important to remember. You will never be asked to do anything foolish or against your will. Because, first of all, in order for the hypnotherapy session to be successful, I, the hypnotherapist, must have your consent, collaboration and full commitment, as the whole purpose is to help you reach a feeling of being more in control and in charge of your life, you know, of your thoughts, your feelings and your behaviors, and ultimately of your life. Now, hypnosis delves into your subconscious to plant positive thoughts and suggestions which can create meaningful and lasting changes in your thinking or your thought process. Hypnosis replaces the old programs, which is here, with the new. And changing your thinking will change your beliefs, your fears, your desires, your habits, and anything that creates resistance when achieving new things or when working towards achieving new things. Something I forgot to mention is, again, it's not me here saying this, it's science a lot, you know, you can read a lot about it, you can watch a lot of videos. You will see that science has proven, and, you know, like I would say, famous therapists and hypnotherapists have shown that 95% of our life is ruled by the subconscious mind, okay? And the hypnotherapy helps reprogram the subconscious mind by replacing the outdated or the old programs with the new. You know, as we say, out with the old, in with the new. And it's exactly, in a nutshell, what we do with hypnotherapy. And hypnotherapy is not a passive process. This is, again, very important. I repeat this because it is an active process. You know, we've seen a lot of things on TV, and I want to debunk this myth of, stage hypnosis. Hypnotherapy, as you know, that I use as a strategic hypnotherapist, the hypnosis I use is to help people heal, understand, resolve issues. It is a therapeutic hypnosis. We are not in a stage hypnosis. As I said, it's a very active process, and you are actively participating by communicating your goals and what has previously held you back or hindered you in the past. Something important as well when we do hypnotherapy that I tell my clients all the time, or before I take anyone, to work with, is all the goals have to be truly your goals. No matter what you desire to obtain or achieve, it has to come from you. It has to be for you. It has to be you wanting to achieve this. Not to please someone or not someone else's goals that you want to work on. It has to be really your true goals. If you're trying to satisfy, as I say very often, to satisfy social pressure, then hypnotherapy will not work for you. The process is about you, your cooperation, your consent, and your full participation. So, why am I saying this? Because I see a lot of people, I have had clients wanted to work with me saying, oh, I want to quit smoking to please my husband, or I want to work on my confidence to please my boss, whatever. Well, that's great, and it has to start somewhere. But for the hypnotherapy process to be very efficient, has to come from you. What do you want? Again, I come back to self-love. Listen to what you need to work on. And then this is where, the transformation process starts. Now, in hypnosis that we use in hypnotherapy, while in a relaxed state of mind, while in a deep relaxed state of mind, new information can make its way into the subconscious, which transforms the old beliefs and thought patterns. So, for example, if your current thought pattern is, I will never be good enough, what do people really see in me, why does this person talk to me, why is this person interested in me, if this is your current thought pattern, then your subconscious will find a way to repeat and create those negative experiences for you all the time, because it's an automatic program. Now, once something has been established in the subconscious mind, as I said, it will remain there until it is replaced by something new, something more positive. Now, the longer a program has been in your subconscious mind, the more resistance to change will happen. By undergoing hypnotherapy, you will in turn replace, as I said, such beliefs with more positive suggestions, such as, for example, in this case, I am an amazing person and have a lot to offer. Something like this. It's just really to illustrate what I'm trying to say, but you will always have situations that will create a lack of confidence, or, that will maybe affect your self-esteem. But when the situation will happen, a new program will kick in and you will think, hang on, well, of course this person is interested in me because I have a lot to offer. Why would people not be interested in me? This is what I'm trying to explain. This becomes the new belief, the new program here, and then will kick in situations where before, the negative programs was kicking in. Now, hypnotherapy helps to change your subconscious resistance and redirects your mind towards the goals you wish to obtain. And keep in mind that the only way in which these goals are obtainable is if they are realistic and you truly wish to obtain them. When we work in hypnotherapy, some people come with a big goal, and the way I work is we always break the goal in, small chunks. Because as human beings, we have been conditioned, our subconscious is conditioned, we have been programmed. If we start straight away wanting to achieve a huge goal, we're actually setting ourselves for failure. We need to work in small baby steps, and we break the goal in small chunks to make it more, I would say, easier to achieve and easier on you as well to achieve, okay? Now, I would say more and more of us are beginning to understand how important the subconscious mind is in both helping and sabotaging our efforts to change and to be happy, because it is so powerful that the negative programs will always sabotage you, but the positive programs will also always help you. This is how powerful the subconscious mind is. Now, it is widely accepted that most of what we do and what we think is directed by the subconscious mind, as I just said, 95% of our life. And in effect, we spend most of the day on autopilot, our past experiences shaping our responses moment to moment, our past programs. So breaking habits or gaining new ones, healthier ones, is often tricky when you try and go against the might of the subconscious, status quo, as I call it. So now that we know that the subconscious mind is so powerful, I want to say that as a hypnotherapist, I truly believe I work in a profession which is fantastically placed to help people align with what they really desire in life, appreciate themselves and see their true potential. Again, it is not magic. It's not a magic wand. I come to see Nadia, great, I will come back and I will be transformed. No, it is a cooperation between me, the therapist, you, the client, breaking the goals in small chunks, and me giving you the tool to help you achieve your goals and reprogramming your subconscious mind. But I have to say, hypnotherapy is so powerful that change will happen after the first session. Change will start happening after the first sessions. Number of sessions depend on what the person wants to work with, and this is something we talk about on my free 30-minute therapy and coaching discovery call. Now again, I want to repeat that hypnotherapy allows people to take better control of what they focus on, their spotlight of attention, and this is very important. So all those pesky, distracting and self-defeating thoughts, the negative inner voices, the inner conflict as we can call it as well, can be quieted down with the help of a skilled hypnotherapist. As I said, it's not magic wand, but if you genuinely want to learn to love yourself fully, to break bad habits, or just improve your life in general, then hypnotherapy may well be the answer. I have to be very honest. Now, just before we go on to the guided meditation that I took from a book from Dan Jones about improving self-image, I want to explain what is the mind coaching part of my activity. So I like very much the International Coach Federation's definition of coaching in general, which is, what is coaching? It's partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize the personal and professional potential. So mind coaching is a trance-free therapy, not like with hypnotherapy, where you have the trance state, the deep state of relaxation. Mind coaching is a trance-free therapy, and it's not me telling you what to do with your life or how to live your life. Mind coaching is you getting really honest with yourself and realize that there are some areas in your life you want to improve, okay? To get the life you're longing for. It can be described as I said, trance-free intervention and a process that encourages you to have a preference for action over thinking. It gives you the tools to step in, and this is what I'm doing as a coach, and I use the coaching part in also my hypnotherapy session, is me, the therapist and coach, giving you the tools to step in, get out there, get the work done that is needed, unlock your potential, and then moving forward, achieving your goals. It's not me doing it for you, it's me helping you, giving you the tools and pushing you to act on what needs to be worked on. It is a fully client-centered approach that requires you to take an active role in the programs we build together to help you reach your goals. Now, as I said, all this shows you how powerful hypnotherapy and coaching are to delete all those used and outdated programs and limiting beliefs, to replace them by more positive and beneficial ones, to help you increase a general sense of well-being and learn to fall in love with yourself, I would say, again. You know, because we have loved ourselves, then life happens, then we forget about ourselves, and this is where hypnotherapy helps you to fall in love again with yourself. So thank you all for your attention today, and should you have any questions, I've put my website in the comment box, but you can go email me, WhatsApp me, contact me via private message as well. If you have any question, I will be delighted to help you. And before I finish, I will conclude with, as I said, a short guided hypnotic meditation from a book written by Dan Jones, hypnotherapist, well-known hypnotherapist. And it's about improving your self-image. So for those who would like to stay with me, please make sure you are in a quiet environment. Please don't do this if your full attention is required, like driving, operating any type of machinery. And it is very important that you are in a quiet place and that your attention is not required. Okay? So if you're ready now, I would ask you to just close your eyes and relax. This is your me time, okay? Forget about everything else. Be in a quiet place, close your eyes, and let's start. Now I want you now to relax deeper and deeper into that instinctively responsive state of mind. You can begin to wonder how you will develop the ability to improve your self-image. And you can begin to make changes on a subconscious level. And you don't know how, and you don't need to know how. These changes will just happen. And now you can imagine yourself standing in front of a window. And you can be looking in through that window and see someone that you know loves you. You see someone that you know loves you. And you might not even recognize that person. All you know is that they truly love you. And you can be curious about how you know that that person loves you. What do they do to demonstrate they love you? How do they behave? What do they do to demonstrate they love you? What do they think? How do they talk to you? And as you show a curiosity about this, you can find yourself beginning to wonder what it would be like to become that person. And you can now begin to get a feeling of that. And as you begin to see the world through that person's eyes, you can start to catch a glimpse of yourself and begin to see that you're over there. Through this, your eyes, seeing what they see that makes them love you so much. And many people struggle to think of positive things about themselves when asked, because all of those positive things are buried in themselves. They're buried in who we are as people. And for some people, it may not be immediately, consciously available. And yet, these people are friends and family that they know care about them and like them. And these people wouldn't be friends if they didn't like you. And you can think about what they would say they like about you. You know, often others see the parts of us we don't pay attention to. And you can think about what others would say they like about you. And while a part of you thinks about what others like about you, you can understand and integrate what I am saying on a subconscious, instinctive level. And the sculptor will keep and take a large stone and see the beauty inside that stone. And that sculptor will keep that beauty in mind and will start chipping away. They will sweat and work hard and struggle. At times they will want to quit. Yet they will continue to chip away at it day and night until they have removed all the unwanted stone. And they are so proud of what they have achieved. And they take that hard work to be displayed for everyone to admire the beauty. And people admire this beauty. And all the hard work that went into creating this artwork. And you really can now create your personal work of art from the inside out, in your own unique way. And looking at a garden, you can think that the lawn looks beautiful and that all the grass looks neat and even, and all the grass looks the same. Yet, when you get close, when you get very close to that grass and really pay attention, you notice that each blade of grass is different. Yet, all the blades together share something similar. And all the people on the planet share one similarity. And that similarity is that we are all unique and different and beautiful in our own way. And you can absorb now the meaning and my words from the inside out. And you can take as long as you need now to integrate all the learning and update psychological patterns deep within your brain. And as you do so, I will quiet down in the background. And while I quiet down in the background, a part of you can be wondering how all the changes will take effect and whether they will all take effect at the same time or whether some parts of the changes will happen faster than others. And you can wonder how that will happen for you. And you can wonder whether it will be different or the same as it is when it happens for others. And now I am quietening down in the background to let all those beautiful changes taking place. And now that all our parts of the changes have started taking place, you can come back to the room, to everyday awareness. You can open your eyes, stretch and smile, wiggle your toes, and come back to everyday life. Get on with your day. Wherever you are in the world, enjoy this Sunday. And just remember that all the changes are taking place. Some faster, some at a later stage, but the process of change has started. So come back now to everyday awareness. Open your eyes. As I said, stretch and smile. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, self-love is just the basis for anything you really want to do in life. anything you want to do in life, for yourself or for the people you love, starts with you. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Any questions, feel free to contact me. I've put all my website and details in the comment box, and I will be delighted to assist you. And remember that I do offer a free 30-minute discovery call, and I can explain how I work, and we can have a look at the goal you want to achieve together and see how we can break it into small chunks. Thanks again. Hi Barbara, thank you very much for your kind words, and thank you again everybody for tuning in, and I will see you very soon. In the meantime, you take care, you stay safe, you enjoy your Sunday. Bye bye.